first year that he came after, next year, the Shana Acheres, after having walked around the side of the bottle of Mashkin, and brought everyone to see the man. Vice is, it was Tzadik's youngest son, Marash. Marash was an Ister. So Zingaman was Ben Skula from Tzadik. He built a very big house. They say that the windows of his house from Paris. They got Parisian windows. Apparently that was a big thing. Remember, they went to the Lubavitch everywhere. Lubavitch is blocked. Lubavitch is like it's a derfel. There's no streets in Lubavitch. And he built a beautiful home. When he built his home, his father came to visit him. Came to his house. And he looks and he sees these very big windows. He says, what's the house? Why do you have such big windows? So he told him, it's one light. Kidua. There's a oil. Before the highest Hashem is oil. There's a lot of Lemike, there's Hashem, there's oil. Kidua also the Moshe was very mindful that it should always be light. The house should always be lit. One time Moshe came home and it was the middle of the winter and he asked that they should light a lot of candles. It should be lit. And they said there's no candles. So he told them to go to the roof and crack with icicles. Shell icicles on the table and light icicles. And it worked. And the story is a double story. First of all, that it was lit, and second of all, that it was ice. So the Torah Chassidus was on the and they called that. Take something that's ice cold. Seichel, especially Seichel, is a kalte Zach. It's curious, as Mara Shechera mentioned before. And even the Grobe Seichel and the kalte Seichel, the Grobe Hearts, should have a little bit.
Why is it cold?
It's cold.
Why? Because it's dumb.
Cold means indifferent. Someone could be a very big intellectual and understand everything they have to be doing in this world and lead a completely different opposite life. They say there's a mice that's brought out of the seals. They say it's in the mice that problems that the Rambam writes on Aristotle, and it was Cardinal Nevuah. So he's very, very high level of Seichel. Seichel Anikla, it's very high day of Seichel, it's connected to Seichel Poil. They say the mice is, brought on Rishon in the story. That the mice is that someone went to Aristotle's house. And so he was living like a chayra, a man of Yidden. He was not living as he wrote on ethics. He used to be an ethical person. He was living a very not ethical life. And his student opened up the room and sees Aristotle, and he says, Master, Rebbe, what? So he says, here I'm not Aristotle. Which means, in Seichel, I can understand exactly what I should be doing. Sikalt. Sikalt means that it doesn't necessarily penetrate the heart. I can understand what I have to be doing, but that it should be libier, chamli v'bikiri, v'hiyam tiresh, martin v'shoyri chabad. It should be libier. It should be lichtig. It should be, my heart should be on fire. Then you need simas alev. You have to bring it down into the heart. So the Baal Shem lit these candles of ice. The kids, Tzaddik asked his Marash, Marash, so I have this. He says, he wants it should be lichting. So someone said, ich habe das nicht gesehen beim Tag, beim Sehen. I didn't see it by the altar. And he said, beim Sehen, they used to have 2 little candles, so you are lichting for them. You need big windows. So you need windows, you don't need windows. What do you think? Do we need candles? Do we need windows?
Keep going.
Seems like some say that we need enough. Let's have candles. 2 candles is enough. The pshat is that one of the chedushim, like we were speaking about before, one of the main things that Tzemach Chassidus came to show is that there's no plum, there's no separation, there's no 2 things. There's a lakus and there's world. There's the world, the way I see it, the physical world. That's the world I know. And then there's like an underlying truth that exists, that's the lakus. And even if I do this deeper, which means that there is the chitzonius, then there's the pnimius. There's the external and internal, which means, now what's that way? The avoid is to find the pnimius, to go to find something that's deeper. But there the Chassidus, which is after, it's also revealed in Shabbos, more particular, is derech hayichud. So, Chutzah, when it said Chutzah, it said that Hashem had Aliyas and Shalom. He said that Chassidus, that what would Mashiach come, what would be the Zalas of Mashiach? So he said, we all gave us our Chassi and Mar. So he said, Chutzah, when it said Chutzah. Then it says, V'yasim Yechudim K'moisach. That you will be able to create Yechudim K'moisach. Hashem V'yasim Yechudim K'moisach. So we don't not Yechudim the way you think necessarily, which is K'moisach already. But Yechudim Pshat is like this. If I eat something, and I say that I'm doing a beer, what it means a beer? A beer is saying that there's some of the food, some of the gashmis of the food is klippah. It's not a limbus. There's a chayes of the key, it's a nitzitz, it's giving life. Like the Ari writes Parsei, and that idea is that everything has a Dvar Hashem. So the person's eating, Al-Tabat explains Varichas and also in Torah, and it's connected to the Matayah, right? The animals are connected to the Matayah, for sure. And when a person's eating, they're connected, taking out the nitzas, taking out the spark, and that's what they're chayas. So where does the chayas come from? The lakush of the other. And what happens with the psoilus of the achila itself? The psoilus of the achila itself, the extra of that is pushed aside. There's no beer. And that's pushed out of you. That's avodas haberurah. The avodas haberurah means that there's still a recognition as a hakara, that there's still something that can be, there's something that is elevated and something that's not elevated. I'm elevating the nitzchos, but not the thing itself, araya. It's not lechem avir, it's not mon. Doesn't become movable of, you have to be doiche. If you have to be doiche, it means you have to separate it from it, which means that it's not trying to elevate. So that's not elevated. What's yichud? Yichud pshat is, what does yichud mean? Yichud means that I recognize that there is nothing that's separate from Malakus. There's less upon it, there's no psilus. And that's really what a Yid does on Shabbos. A Yid of Shabbos is not beer, you're not allowed to do beer on Shabbos. Beer is not there, you're not allowed to do beer. So how do you eat? You eat mitzad the aliyah or mitzad yichud. Sometimes mine is a tzedek, it's an elevation, like Sachi writes that it's aliyah, and it's elevation, or derech yichud. What's yichud? Yichud means that it's unification. What's pshat unification? And I recognize that every single thing, but if you're taking out an achila, you can understand a little better. Every single prop in my life has meaning. Every single detail that I have in my life. You ask yourself, I understand why these are my parents. I understand mostly why this is my spouse and my children, not mostly. But this kid, I don't understand why. Where does this child come from? I don't get it. I don't understand where this guy comes from. And maybe you're the child, but you could be the child also. And everyone says, everyone says, makes sense. And you're somehow you fall in the family. Or you have things in your own life, different things that you're going through. You say, this makes sense in my life. This part of my life makes sense. This detail of my life makes sense. Rather than rewrites, just in case you're one of those neshamas, or you have children that are in these neshamas. I rewrites very developing things about these neshamas. I rewrites a shining woman that generally parents, children, the nucleus of a family is connected to a certain shoyesh. In Adam Kadmon, a certain shloshim. So let's say the shoyesh is, let's say, from the right hand of Adam Kadmon. So all the neshamas that are collected in the right hand of Adam, and this galva constantly continues in the galva, parents, children, parents, spouses, they're all people that you've seen throughout many, many generations in the galva. So sometimes b'soif, when these neshamas come down after many times, they reach almost a gemara tikkun, almost reach a tikkun, but they need a little bit like a push. Because let's say for example, let's say the neshama is very serious, so they need a little less. They need something to balance this thing. So maybe she takes on the neshama. This is a big mysterious statue of the neshama. The neshama doesn't come from the Shem Shoresh. It's not Shoresh of the Yad. It comes from the Kloyas, or the Kavli. It comes from another area of the body. Maybe she takes this neshama and puts the neshama into this nucleus, into this mishpach, this family. And the whole reason why you're there, Taka, if you're the child, you should have known this, is to make freilich. It's like that's your job. Your job is to mix everything up. Everyone is very serious. You're completely on a different wavelength. And this is a big mysterious nefesh of the neshama, because the neshama comes down and it has big mysterious nefesh because it's not going to be together with its mishpacha. It's a mysterious nefesh of the neshama, so you have to be big akaras atoy for these children, because they're doing a big mysterious nefesh living in your family. And if you're the child, then whatever, then you should know that you chose it. So wow. So yeah, well, you like this? Okay, fine. Floor. So kids the lights, the windows. So Teresa Yichud, Pshat is Teresa Yichud idea of Yichud means the akara, the awareness that there's nothing that's happening in my life. It's not the Ras Hashem. And I'm accountable everything about because every single product that's happening in my life, every single situation I'm put into, it's the Ras Hashem. I'm accountable to Simcha of because I'm yachid with it. I do a yichud with it. I'm doing a yichud with it. And when I do a yichud in Maver, now Yaakov the video went back to Pachem Ketanim. The Gemara says that tzaddikim, moim chavim l'meisim gufam, shesholtu yedem gezel, that even for Pachem, for small little things they go back. Yaakov went back. Also, Yaakov Levadoi, the Echroz writes that why came Yaakov Mei Yisrael as a Gid Alasha? What's up as Yaakov was hit on the Gid Alasha? Why don't we came Yaakov Mei Alasha? So he writes, and other Rishonim also write this, that it's a punishment ground. It's an oinish because we let the Shvatim let Yaakov go across the river himself. And also Yaakov Levadoi, the Tata gate is crossing the river. It's Takapachim Ketanim, but they didn't want to go. So they're punished. So why Taka didn't they go? You know why? Because you marry your father. Everyone should imagine my father for a second. Especially if your father comes from the old country. And he's going back. He's going back for Pachen Ktanen, the guy, the Nudnik, is going back for like Schmattes. And you're living as a global life in America. Your father's like, packing up the plane kind. So you tell your father, Dad, father, I don't know what you want to say. Go ahead, let's go yourself. You want to go? Yeah, I'm permission to go, but I'm not going. This is the Shabbat. And Yaakov goes back for the Pachen Ktanen, which becomes the Pach Shemen. It becomes the name is Chanukah. It becomes the whole Erev Chanukah. It comes to those little Pachen. What's happens to Pachen? Because Yaakov was crossed over Nar Yodek. Shem Havai and the King. 112 is from the Matra. So that he goes back across the river. There he writes because he goes back to do Yud Tes Kislev, which is Yichud Bracha and Kedusha. That Shat is when he goes across the river to pick up these Pachim Ktanim, he recognizes that every single thing that I have, even if it's Pachim Ktanim is the concept of Pachim Ktanim. It's the kleine kind. I have big things. I have bigger things. This is not a big thing. This is small. This doesn't mean anything. Whatever, I don't do it, I'll put it aside. It's not here. Yaakov's Chayz the Pachim Ktanim, he did Yichud. When he did a Yichud with even the Pachim Ktanim, and he owned it, he was miyachid with them, then it became a bracha. It became a bracha for him, and then it became Kedusha. This is not what it's a Yichud. When it's a Yichud, it means that a person recognizes every single thing in this world, every single situation, every single thing that I have, calls my I have it, is a tachlis. There's a reason why I have it. And the highest level is to recognize that there's no talks about the Dal Nichs and Pardas. It says that when you come to Avnei Shayesh, which is Yesh, not your Kesed, when you come to Avnei Shayesh, the highest majority of Kesed, of the Yichud of Ayin and Ani, the highest majority of Kesed, I'll take your mind, don't say water. Shut this water. I'll take your mind. Because it's Mayim Tachtoinim, Mayim Milyonim. Mayim Tachtoinim is a Maza. Time is a Maza. Mayim is like the Rizal brings out the Shah Kedusha. I'll tell you with this big Tanya. The Mayim is Mokma Taivus. So it's Taivus, Kavashmias. That's Mayim Tachtoinim. And then there's Mayim Milyonim. Mayim Milyonim is Taivus Ruchli. Shuka for the Kuz. And there was a separation between the Mayim Tachtoinim and Mayim Milyonim. Mayim Tachtoinim Boichim. And other people come from Malka. We also want to be in front of the king. They should told him that through his Chamayim and Melech and the Mizbeach, that's going to be a tikkun. And Mayim Tachtoinim, this is what the Al-Temer Mayim, when you come to Avnei Shayesh, you come to the Deis Kes, Al-Temer Mayim, you should recognize that there's no two waters in the world. There's no such thing as I want Lukus and I want pizza. Well, that should be the biggest time in school. There's no such thing as there's two minds. There's only one mind. The only mind in the world is that I want to be dominant on the Lukus. Exactly. The only mind in the world is I want to be connected to Hashem. Sometimes the mind becomes distorted. I don't understand it. I think that maybe I want this. And this is going to bring me satisfaction. This is going to bring me satisfaction. And I chase this and I chase that. And it's all empty. It's garnished. It's like the famous story, it's like the magician that has nothing in his hands. You look at this, he's got this type. It's nothing. It never comes to me. The Yabba writes that the word moment is moment. Moment is man, vav, moon, man, vav, moon. Yeah? When you have moment, let it Kessel use the Kessel. Because moment is always, it's a whole. I want time, I want more. Then I want more, then I want more. So it's a loop. There's no darkness. Because what you think this is getting out. If I have this type, then I'm actually lost. But you know it's not true. You get it and you feel empty. And you feel feel worse about yourself. I'll tell you my mind. You should know that the endless mind, the endless cheshek that a person has, he has. It's all the kuz. There's only one mind. There's only one water. To recognize this, every single experience that we have, this is what Chassidus came. This is the oyer of Chiddush of Nefesh, the oyer of Yichud, the oyer of Mashiach, the oyer that's one. There's no separation, there's no division. So how do you get your light? doesn't matter. Some people get light from the little candle, some people get light from the big window. Recognize there's no separation. There's no two lights. You get light from here, you get light from there. Wherever you get the light is from. Wherever it's about lichting. Use everything that you have, any tool that you have in the toolbox. That's going to open you up to feel something. Say, I only feel the coolest when I take a hike. Just take a hike. Do what you have to do. Who said this? Who gave the program? Who said it's going to work this way? The main thing is you should be alive. You should feel chayas. You should feel loyal. And then you're going to bring it back into the cave. You're going to take the oils and you're going to draw down to the tikkun. You're going to do a shield of the chabad. You're going to shield of the makasa, and you're drawing down the moichin into midas. Just make sure you're alive. Make sure that the Baal Shem Tov, especially talking about Al-Deva, didn't sit and tis for no reason. When you live your life, you have to ask yourself. You don't have to, you could. Was it worth it for Al-Deva to go Mesiras Nefesh, for me to be me, who I am right now? Was it worth it for the king's jewel, the crown jewel of the king, to be rubbed out so some little thing will enter into my mouth? Was it worth it? Can I answer yes? Was it worth it for all the chassidim that went to Mesiras Nefesh Ketruta? For hundreds of years in Russia, all of them heard they went to Mesiras Nefesh for Yiddishkeit. So we should be sitting here, I'll say our Balsa 2025, 24, whatever it is. Is it worth it? And hopefully the answer is Allah, that's worth it. Because in this Ikus of the Shekha, in the lowest generation, we can get the highest of praise. Hashem says, Hashem says that from the Melech, it's the Moshe, like Alter brought brings down Melech Hasada. He says, B'shas Gula, in the times of Gula, Eretz Yisrael, to get Nevuah, you have to be a Baal Madrega. You say, now, Shira, Chacham, Rekib, Asher, there's a whole Tanoim, how you can get the Tanoim Nevuah. But a person should have some type of Hagish of the He said, when the king is in Golus, when the king is no longer in the palace, all bets are off. There's no longer any clean, clear Haggadoras how you can receive something. Yasser Chud HaKamoyis is Pshuta. That every Yid can be connected to the Torah, to the Or, to the Chassidus, and live in the human life. L'chaim.
Yes, L'chaim.